Then we get bitter-sweet news. A whale has died, trapped in lobster pot lines, off the tiny fishing village of Helmsdale in northeast Scotland. It's been an early start this morning. I've had a cab journey, a flight, a 2-hour drive and not a lot of sleep, but I'm hoping it's going to be worth it. Heading out to the whale is the team that have spent 3 days trying to save it. Lobster fisherman Billy Cowie, whose lines the whale is tangled in, and rescue diver Alistair Jack.
We were called on Thursday afternoon about a humpback whale that was entangled in lobster pots.
There's a black rope stuck round him. Poor bugger could be weak stuck here breathing like. He's obviously fast there.
Trapped, the whale gets weaker and weaker as it fights to get to the surface to breathe. Hours into the rescue operation, bad weather hits.
The sea conditions picked up over Friday to a point where we couldn't even get out to sea at all. The fog closed in as well, so everything in nature was against us to try to save this animal. We had to abandon the rescue attempt. Now, unfortunately, yesterday, people actually spotted the animal on the surface, lying on its side. We've sent a rib out, the rib's gone out and checked yesterday, and unfortunately the animal has perished. We suspect that it would have drowned at high tide. It's quite heartbreaking, to be honest.
This news has left me with quite mixed feelings because it's sad that this animal has died, but it could also be the perfect specimen for our project. And you know, there's so many of the whales that fall around our coastline ends up in landfill, which somehow just feels wrong. So our hope is to return the whale back to the sea where it can be food for millions of marine animals and once again be part of the food chain. The humpback is a young adult and likely to be less than 6 years old.
He's got a black rope which has been attached to him for a long time, and obviously there's something hanging off the black rope which is caught up in my pots, and he's just anchored himself to the bottom now, you know, and he just couldn't break free like.
Humpbacks are often found feeding close to the shore. Slow swimmers and with unusually long side fins, they're especially prone to getting entangled in nets and lines. Protected since 1966, humpbacks are making a slow recovery, but they're still vulnerable, with little known about their movements around the British Isles. The death of such a young animal is a tragedy.
But it's quite sad. He's probably been all over the world and he's came to north of Scotland and just been unlucky.
A potential shipping hazard, the whale is towed into Helmsdale Harbour so experts can find out exactly how and why it died. The entire town turns out to pay homage to this ocean wanderer. In days gone by, a whale stranding was a cause for celebration as it meant a large source of food, oil and bone. Yeah, there's a load of activity. Today, the mood is much more sombre. Oh, goodness, I can see it. Oh, my word. What a sight. Wow. Let's get a closer look. Rob.
Hiya.
What you got?
Good journey. We've got a humpback whale.
Wow.
So this was found in some lobster pot ropes over the weekend and brought in here to harbour, and hope we carry out post-mortem and see what happens to it.
Rob DeVille has come to help Andrew Brownlow, who's part of the UK Cetacean Strandings Investigation Programme.
As you can see, what we've got here is quite a sad sight, but this is a female humpback whale, sub-adult or adult, so she's 9 meters long, and they can go up to 15, 16 meters, so she's not yet fully grown. Our job now is to sort of have a look at the scars that we can see down here, and to just have a look at her sort of condition and try and work out basically what's been going on with her when she was alive, and to try and understand a little bit more about how she became entangled.
It's so sad seeing what she got tangled in. You must have seen, Andrew, a few of these, but do you ever lose that sense of sadness? How does it actually make you feel when you're here doing this?
It is hugely sad, and it's quite amazing when you see something like this that looks at one level so totally alien, but they're mammals. They suckle their young with milk. They are very, very similar to us. She shouldn't be here. She shouldn't be upside down in the harbour wrapped in rope. She should be out there feeding normally. But we can hopefully we can learn something from this, so it's not a total waste.
Yeah. The whale was likely heading north towards the Arctic when she ran into trouble. Travelling up to 16,000 miles every year, humpbacks make the largest migration of any mammal on Earth. During the winter months, the eastern Atlantic population gather around the remote Cape Verde Islands, where they mate and give birth. Then, like clockwork, most head north towards the Arctic to feed on herring and other small fish, stopping in our waters to rest and feed en route.
As they go through the water, they can pick up these ropes, and they just get tangled at basically the back of their throat. And if they're not very good at reversing, so it's very difficult once they've picked something up for them to drop it again. And this isn't somebody's fault. The fishermen that put these creel lines out, they're trying their level best to stop this from happening. They don't want to see this any more than we do. But by understanding actually how bad this is and how extensive this is, we may be able to understand a bit about how we could potentially try and change the way these ropes are laid out, to try and stop it from happening quite as often.
Andrew confirms the whale drowned and had been swimming with ropes tangled round her for many weeks before she snagged on Billy's lobster pots. God, look at all that rope around her. It's so sad seeing what she got tangled in, including that lobster pot. Sad. She won't go to waste. We will guarantee it.